Good morning, everybody. Core Conversations is going on right about now. Thank you for joining us. We got 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time every single day. We're doing this, and there's days when we have amazing guests like yesterday, and there's times when it is a freestyle like today when I need you to join me. We're going to talk about our authentic selves, cultivating the authentic, and some conversations that we've had over the week that led to that we're going to springboard off of. So thanks for joining. Who we have here? Miranda, Jenna, Shanti, how are you all doing? Miranda, where are you located? Shannon, how are you? Shannon, we could do some show and tell. Check this out. We had a great time last night. We missed you at Counselor Sato's farewell. Where's that one? Open house last night. I know, I missed you last night. But it's fantastic. Wrong button. Whew, I almost canceled the whole show. Yes. London, Ontario's in the house. What's going on? Love my Canadian content is here. This is such a global show with a local focus, and we go global to hyper local all the time. So thank you for joining us, London, Ontario. What's going on? Jenna, where are you located? I have a question for us today. I'm going to throw it out there once there's a few more people in the chat. I'm going to do a couple of my housekeeping things, and I've kind of been musing on this since yesterday when it was said. Victoria, Canada, that's what's up. British Columbia. Nice. All right, so first of all, if you don't know, we are on YouTube. It's under the personal victory. Hey, Carrie. So like, subscribe, and share. Ball 394, what's going on? Bill, Bill. This is Ball 365, that's why I read it that way. So, Bill, how are you? Bill Jackson. Cool. Yes. I'm having one of those weeks. It's one of those weeks when I'm grateful for the energy I put into Monday. I feel like I invested a lot on Monday, Tuesday, so I can get through Wednesday and Thursday and finish strong on Friday. My week's set up in that way because I'm like mad tired today. I know I would have packed it in if I didn't have a good Monday and Tuesday. And we have these ebbs and flows for a week, so I'm not afraid of it. I don't feel sorry for myself. I know I just gotta take care of myself today and I'll be good. But it's interesting, how we can sense that, listen to our bodies, and just know the flow to where we're at, right? So it's just interesting. I was listening to my podcast from this morning again, the one I did on Monday when Michael Piercy joined us. And that was piggybacking off of the picture of him, Tasha, and Michelle. And all three of them were just yapping about, actually Tasha was talking about her 5 points. And one of the points that she mentioned was the third point, the one that I wanted to spend some time with first of all today. Surround yourself with people whose very presence makes you want to level up. She said, surround yourself with people whose very presence makes you want to level up. And I love that because it wasn't about something that was being said or some kind of them pulling you aside and prompting you. Their essence, their presence, their character, their aura makes you want to level up. How do you be a person whose very presence invites, doesn't condemn, but invites people to level up? That's a challenge accepted for me. What can I do in my life, character, the way I approach things, the way I do things, that would cause people to feel they need to level up? And I keep using the word invited. And Stefan, if you want to join me, brother, I'd love to have you on. I want to unpack this some more because I think this is something that we can spend some time on. Hi, Carla. Good timing. Carla, where are you located? Good to see you. Steve's for Greatness, what's going on? Surround yourself with people whose very presence makes you want to level up. That is one of the lines from Monday that I've been riding all week long. All right. Likewise, so Steph is going to join us, and then if anyone else would like to join us as well, you're more than welcome. Give me a thumbs up. I'll bring you on the screen as well. I can take up to 3 other people at the same time. It's good. Yes, sir.
Wow. Hey, morning.
Good morning. You're pulling a Jenna Zaffino and just driving and yapping.
Yeah, I am, but I'm pulling over for this one because
Right.
so powerful. I need to give it my attention. And here we go. I'm pulling over right now.
Nice.
I love the topic, man. I love the topic.
Yeah, so we'll get to the title was off of Latoya's conversation yesterday. I feel like Latoya is like a sister that I didn't know I had. Like I just connect with her in such a great way, and she had some great lines yesterday. But I feel like full disclosure, I feel tired right now.
Mm-hmm.
But this tired is between set 3 and set 4 when you're working out tired.
That's a great place to be. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You're not like fatigued. You're just like tired from the energy you're releasing.
Yes. I got enough energy to do another round,
Yeah.
but let's be real about where we're standing right now. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah. You're spent, but you're spent giving what you are passionate about, and that's a different kind of tired.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this quote is the thing that came up on Monday
Okay.
that was like a high, and it's brought me to this point, and I'm revisiting because I feel like this is something that gets me excited and challenges me. The quote was, surround yourself with people whose very presence makes you want to level up. So the question that I'm asking for those who just joined the chat right now is, what do you do? How do you bring yourself to a place where your presence invites people to level up, doesn't condemn people into leveling up, doesn't guilt them like they're not doing enough to level up, but like invites them to be like, all right, I can rise up too.
Oh, yeah, that's a great question. So I think the best way I can answer that is for me, it really comes back to me, in meaning that what I'm pouring into me every single day, trying to really reinforce what I believe is the right direction I want my life to go. And
Hmm.
then I find that just God attracts those people into my life. And so um, getting people to level up, in terms of like being that influence. Well, like,
Yes.
I realize that people watch you. If you say you are about something or believe in something,
Yeah.
you already know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, for sure. For good or for bad, they watch you. They're either watching to see you reach it or
Yeah,
watching to see you fall. Depends on who's watching, right?
yeah, yo, totally. Yeah, yeah. So, it's funny because even for me, like we're talking about getting the people to level up. I
Yes.
think when I admit my faults and my weaknesses, but I keep going, I think that gets people to level up a lot of
Yes.
times more than me encouraging them and pushing them because I'm,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like a natural leader. I want to see people do better, and I can
Yes.
push hard. I mean, I
Yeah.
can go hard, but then I realize how how effective is that? Because they're going hard in the moment, but
Hmm.
are they like in this thing for the long haul? Because if you're not in it for the long haul, I'm not gonna always be around you, and
Yeah.
you don't want to depend on me to get you going all the time.
Right. Right.
Oh,
Right. 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 Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I'm gonna. I see a few comments here. So embracing pain, one day at a time.
yeah.
Her comment here is saying, lead by example, showering them with love, acceptance, and encouragement. Right. So if you're always coming from that place, that showering people with love is contagious. Like, that encouragement, acceptance is contagious. So yes, that definitely causes people to level up. Blaze, Pilates, and Marion saying, do it. Don't just talk about it. Like, yeah, of course, let's go. Right. It's like that sense of like live it out.
Oh, yeah, totally. So you know what? There's a quote I saw this morning. You might like this. There was an African brother talking about following your passions and going after what you want and what it will take to actually get it. And his quote was, "The disciplined ones are the ones that will be free. Whoever's,"
Hmm.
and I like that because um, today it's really hard for a lot of people to be disciplined because they got so many distractions,
Yes.
and they have great intentions, and me included. And that's the hard part of my journey is like, how willing am I to be disciplined every day, whether it's going the way I see it or not? And I found out that's the difference is
Yes.
whether I have a little bit of money, a lot of money, whether I have a little bit of energy or a lot of energy, do I still want to get this thing done? And the answer is
Yes.
absolutely yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So discipline.
Discipline. Because once you get to the other side, and it's a journey. It's like not one thing that's going to get you to the other side, but those small victories
Yes.
will give you the confidence, and that's what will make you want to stay disciplined. If
Yes.
you have to give up alcohol, or
Hmm.
you're trying to drop weight, once you see you drop 1 pound and you're doing all the right things, you can drop two, then three, then four, then five.
Small W's.
Small W's. I love the small W's.
Yep.
Those are
Yep.
way, I mean, I love the big W's, but I love the process of getting
Yes.
there.
Yes. Well, I love, and like for you, a small W is like turning on Instagram and seeing someone wearing your shirt. Like that's
Yeah,
just like I didn't ask someone to do that, but look, there's my shirt. Like that's a small W. A big W is like getting some big contract or getting some whatever, but like those small W's, when just from being diligent and putting stuff out there on a regular, and you
yeah,
start to see it yield some benefits. A small W for me, as much a big W is you having here, but a small W is going out with like one or two talking points and then looking up and seeing that like 45 minutes of burned and I have like people like you in my presence, right? Like on a regular, those things, you can see even my energy is up from just those little small things of just being consistent, that diligence and getting some small W's day after day gives you that sense, okay, I can do great things. Like it's just gonna be like what Pearson said Mike Pearson said on Monday. He said success leaves crumbs.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Success leaves crumbs. He said that and like he kept talking and I was like, wait. Can we go back? Can we
It
Because I mean, like,
absolutely,
cause
yeah.
that's it. Like you have, like, and if you look at someone who's been successful, they've had so many small W's that
Yeah.
led up to that big W, that led up to that success. What are those crumbs? What are those small things you've been doing on a regular that's giving you like one small W, and then another small win, and another small win, another small win, that leads to is that overnight success? Like this, it takes 10 years to get to become like an overnight success when you look at it from that perspective.
Yeah, that's great, man. I mean, absolutely, Louis. Success leaves clues. You know, and it doesn't matter what kind of person they are. Meaning, like, some people are successful, but they're horrible people. But
Yep.
they're successful. We should look at what what they did to get to where they're at. I
Yeah.
can think of I can think of an individual right now, but if I say this person's name, I know it is going to stir up some stuff.
Yeah.
I almost, you know what? I'm going to do it, but I'm doing it for a good reason. So y'all just bear with me here. Sometimes you got to hear stuff you don't like. I'm not a huge fan of Donald Trump. No.
Okay.
But how he became president, people should really pay attention to that.
Mm.
It
Yep.
wasn't because he was so committed to, Republican Party and, the agendas and all that stuff. This man, when he went out with everything he got to the end. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, again, like I know it's politics, it's very sensitive, but that is so much of success. Whether you like a person or not, if they're willing to exhaust everything they have, time wise, energy wise, emotion wise, who you're gonna people are gonna buy into that.
Yeah. Yeah.
People are gonna buy into that.
Right.
And I watched the person again, like I'm not a huge fan of him, not at all. But then I said, see, let's take away whether I like the person or not. He didn't have a chance in the world when he started, but he got somewhere big. Now, if we
Yes.
go on the opposite side, same thing with Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like old Barack. But when we're talking about success, when I read Barack Obama's book, A Promised Land, about
Yes.
what he had to go through to get to the presidency, it was just like phenomenal. Everybody told him, you can't do it, you can't do it.
Yes.
They told Donald Trump the same thing, you can't do it, you can't do it. Both men believed and took their belief with everything they had
Yep.
and made something phenomenal happen, you know.
Yes. Yeah.
And why can't we do that in our lives? And it's better when good people do that. Let me just say that. When good people have good
Yes.
intentions, y'all got to go out there and smash it because you're going to be a light for the world.
Right. Well said. Yes. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Like you,
Gotta
Mark.
go.
Like you. You're a light, man.
Man, thank you, man. I'm chasing that, man. I'm chasing after that, being that authentic self, you know what I mean? And actualizing that, just being who God's called me to be. And some days it's easier than others, right? Like, but like regardless of it, there's a discipline that kicks in when you don't feel like doing it anymore. You could trust the process when you could walk through it. You can keep going strong. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Like that's sort of thing, man. It's like I love that. I love what you're saying there. For good or whether you're a good person or bad person, like they find ways they get there. So why not the good guys? Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's yeah.
Someone's going to win at something. So, good people, you got to step up. You can't back
Mm-hmm.
down. You got to
Yep.
step up. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, man. That's good. That's good. We that very presence leveling up.
I like that. And kind of circle back to the first comment where she was saying embracing pain one day at a time, was saying leading by example, showering them with love, acceptance, and encouragement. I think that I want to stay on the encouragement piece for a moment. And I think that's one of the easiest ways to invite people to level up. You know,
Mhm.
are we, uh, do we take the time to encourage people, to compliment people, to be, you know what I mean, to give them that, give them their flowers, you know what I mean, like in everyday life, and they'll do this. Do we live in that place? Because I think that's one of the like the lowest hanging fruit in terms of inviting people to level up. Be an encourager.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, it's hard for people to do because they don't know how to encourage themselves. And excuse me, for a long time, I was very guilty of this. I thought I knew how to encourage myself, but
Mm.
I found out I wasn't really good at it because things would like situations would come up in life where I would have these tiffs with people, or
Mm-hmm.
I would find this running voice, in my head where they were living rent free. And then I decided one day that that can't work no more. I gotta find something that's bigger than this because
Yes.
if I'm so easily tempered, I ain't got it, you know.
Yes.
And so until I get it, then I can't be saying I'm a good encourager. But then when I started working on that, it was easy not to let someone push a hot button. In fact, I just took
Yes.
the hot buttons away. I just said, well, you can't have that because it
True.
don't exist. So now,
Yep. Yep. It's true. I call that taking the bait, right? Like you don't have to take the bait every time someone invites you to get mad about something or to be bitter about something, or like you know that some trigger things are gonna come up. Like you don't have to take the bait every time those things come up. So I'm like, I'm not gonna give them airtime. I'm not gonna give them that win. You know what
mm,
I mean? That sort of thing, right? So
yeah,
yeah. But the other side of that too, like Amanda, I keep you know I keep mentioning her handle here. I'm embracing the pain one day at a time. Amanda does a lot of work with people living with chronic pain, and she has chronic pain, and yet she's an encourager, and she has her groups, and she has her supports and all those different things. So yeah, she goes, don't react, respond. How do you, in spite of yourself, encourage others? Right? Like that's the next level. That's the thing that I like. The challenge is okay, well, I'm not feeling it myself, but I'm gonna maybe find that encouragement myself by encouraging you. Maybe find the energy that I need by just like pouring out of my place of weakness or vulnerability, whatever it is, and do it anyways, right? It's like, yes,
yeah.
at least the saying, it takes all kinds of encouragement, right? So
Wow, you got some great followers. Jeez, everyone's commenting,
I know,
embracing
right?
pain. I'm just checking out their. Thank you, Lisa. You guys could, man. You guys are telling me better than I could tell you right now. Uh, so I feel like, yeah. I mean, I do have something to say, but gosh, you guys are good. Um, one thing that is helping, that's helped me, and this was difficult. So maybe some of you guys watching right now embrace the pain. If you can chime in on this as well as Lisa,
Mm-hmm.
um, was giving up trying to be right, meaning
Mm.
be uncomfortable for a little bit to go back to people when they like done something really crazy or stupid and
Mm-hmm.
say, hey, you know what? I didn't really understand what you did, but I just want to find out more. Because a lot of
Yes,
times, like with embracing the pain, people are
and that's
so,
Amanda. Yes,
yeah, okay, Amanda, you
yeah.
probably know this very well. People are so deeply hurt and carrying all these, like fears and insecurity. It comes out all crazy sometimes in conversation. And
Mm-hmm.
so, like being patient with people, because people go up, people go down in their emotions, and just saying, okay, you know what? Right now they're down, but I'm not. So
Yes,
let me go back and say, hey, you know what? We had a little misunderstanding. I'm not sure if I rubbed you the wrong way. I apologize, but I just want to get some understanding. Because one thing people want to do, as soon as you don't agree with them or like what you do, they want to write you off. They
Yep.
want to say, screw you, F you, I don't like you no more. But
Hmm.
then when you go back to them and say, hey, you know what? I felt this energy. I just want to make sure it wasn't me. Are we good? And can we talk about it? And I'm not
Yeah.
a psychologist. I'm just like a person trying to get understanding of what the
Right.
heck happened.
Right. And and that's the thing. And I was saying yesterday, like how a lot of what we talk about here, I'm taking into my campaign because there's people who will challenge me on something in social media. And I know that they are, they're supporting another candidate or they're just trying to push the buttons and they're not committed to understanding. They're not committed to enriching a relationship. They're just putting stuff out there to be adversarial. So when I invite them for a conversation, here's my phone number. Let's discuss this. Let's get a deeper understanding. Ghosts,
Yeah. Martin.
right? So that's it, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, so all
Right.
this stuff works when people are committed to a richer relationship. And that's your litmus test when you invite them into a deeper level of conversation. If it's a text battle and I phone you
Yeah.
and they don't want to engage in a phone call where there could actually be understanding and there might be a change of perspective,
Right.
then obviously that's something that you don't have to invest your time in because they're just looking to pick a fight. And that's a whole
Yeah.
separate beast than what we're talking about here with people who, I'm admitting I'm wrong. Let's have a conversation. Let's move forward. And then we're not fighting against one another. We're fighting for something. And those are
Yeah.
different conversations that we're having. So I love that you put that out there.
Yeah, I love that you put that out there because what you're on is another level, man. I'm really
Yeah.
gonna be praying for you because you know you what you're trying to do is gonna make a huge difference, but you're gonna have I don't even have to tell you, you're gonna have a lot of opposition, and but man, God bless you for being brave enough to go into this arena and be the difference maker, and this is what I'm talking about. We need, people like you to like keep stepping up and stepping out and go into different
Mm-hmm.
arenas and be a good influence. I think
Yes.
awesome what you're doing, man. I love
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mary's point here said, if you're focused on what you're committed to, that there's a glare. Nothing should interfere or throw you. That's what those successful people do. Exactly. Nothing should throw you off that. We got to be our own best friend first. Yes.
We
Debbie Robbins.
yes.
Sorry. Go ahead. Say your comment there.
Oh, no, not a problem. Thank you, Debbie. But also
I'm giving
Debbie,
an opportunity to shine your authentic self. So
yeah.
air control Pilates is Debbie Robbins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the best friend first comment was from Lisa.
Lisa. Oh man, Lisa's awesome. She's on the roll.
Yeah,
So
yeah, you need her on your show, by the way. Just a sidebar. Like, if
yeah,
you guys aren't connected, you connect.
yeah, Lisa, let's connect because I love what you're putting out. Um, so being your authentic self, absolutely. In certain arenas, we got to go through tests because otherwise we're not going to know if personal victory is real or not. So
Yes.
you know, Martin is getting close hand opportunity, finding out what personal victory means because he's sharing it through his campaign, and
Hmm.
that's what I'm saying. Like us good people, we gotta accept the test because that's the only way we're gonna know, if what we're doing is real,
Yep.
or how strong it is. And actually, that's kind of what makes it stronger when people, try to come in and beat it up a little bit. And,
Yes.
we fight back by keep going.
Absolutely. Shanti, thank you so much for jumping on. I appreciate when you join us in the chat.
Yes, Shanti. Yes.
Uh, so developing, do you gotta get going here? Or can I throw the next piece in?
Yeah, yeah. I got time for one more. I got like good
Okay.
5-7 minutes here. Yeah.
Okay, good. So the line that Latoya used yesterday, and it ties into what we were saying about being our authentic selves. Yeah. So like Debbie said, it gives you opportunity to shine your authentic self. Uh, Latoya was talking about how she trained in San Diego,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, yeah, we
And
connected
then,
there, by the way,
okay,
too.
good,
Yeah.
nice, yeah, she's for real, as are you. So that's good. I'm glad. Um, and then she went to Africa. She went to Ghana, taught there, and she was saying when she taught there, she was able to develop her authentic teaching style.
Mm,
And what she meant by that is that we learn something, you get your theory, you apply it, but when you take it out into a different context
mm.
and you see different things and you have to apply different things, it's almost at that point that your brand is developed.
Yeah, wow. Okay. Yeah, I never. That's definitely a cool way of thinking about it, man.
Right. So
Yeah.
that's so she said that, and I was like, that's where I went with that because, and not saying we don't have to go to like, New Zealand to find your authentic teaching style, but I'm saying like when you get out of your context, when you get uncomfortable, she had not been there. She didn't know the climate she was going into in terms of what teaching was like there. She didn't know even the geography. There's a lot of stuff. So there's so many new variables
Yeah.
that is what allowed that teaching style to surface. How, in what ways do we make ourselves comfortable so that we can really solidify who we are and what we're bringing out into the world, you
Hmm.
know so that's like,
Uh,
that's kind of where I went with that thought, and I look at what it was that's helped me to kind of cultivate my authentic teaching style. What were those lived experiences and what were those contexts, right? So I kind of throw it out for those of you who are watching
mm.
to just think about that. Like as you've developed your authentic teaching style, and Debbie Robbins is a perfect example with what she does with her aerial and silks and stuff and layering in her Pilates. Like we have things, we've been places and seen things in the world that say, okay, this is what I want to bring to the world. Marion with her martial arts and her boxing and just the strong squad that she has going out of her studio. Like so many people out there have that. So Latoya is not unique in that, but I like the way she packaged that so that we can celebrate that and maybe even cultivate it a little bit more within ourselves.
Yeah. No, I really like that. Um, yeah, getting outside of your boundaries and testing, your styles in different arenas, right? That you're not familiar with, so you can
Mm-hmm.
develop your philosophy.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm not a Pilates instructor, but I am an instructor at a college, and
Okay.
it's interesting because yesterday I was teaching a class, and after the class was done, the director of my department came in and she was saying, hey, okay, here's what you guys need to do for your finals and blah, blah, blah. And then if you have anything that you want to know about some of the information that Stefan taught, he's a great instructor. He'll really help you get figure out like where you're struggling and get you up to par where you need to be. What's interesting about that? Me and her, she's a great person, by the way, but there were times where she didn't really like my style of teaching
Mm. Yeah.
because I was teaching the students more so, like not just the technical part of being an EMT and that sort of thing and medical and all that, but I was teaching them how to approach their career, like teaching them how to
Yes.
be around people and to navigate the job, not just learn. Like you want to
Yes.
be successful and do some other things. Here's what you got to do, and here's how you got to think about it.
Yeah.
She didn't like that, and
Mm.
so yesterday for her to give me those kind of acclimates, I felt great about it, but it kind of
Yeah.
made me realize, like, see, stick to what you believe is right, and then
Authentic. Right.
let people come around when
Mm.
you know what I mean, when they're
Yeah. Yeah.
ready or when they finally get you. And I think that's
Yes.
what it really was. She didn't understand me, but see, all the fitness stuff I do and the Pilates I'm involved in, I have a different mindset. I'm different, so I'm
Yes.
gonna bring it my way.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not gonna bring it just like what the book says.
Yes.
I went, and like I got seed for greatness, so I can't help but be a seed for greatness. Help it. It's what I
Facts.
do, man.
That's what you do.
Well, we do. You do it
Yes.
too.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
you know, it just does it like you take it with you no matter what you do. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, true. That's good stuff, man. Living it out.
absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, brother, I gotta roll, but man, I really appreciate you bringing me on. This is great. Thank you.
as always. Thank you so much. I have one more talking point, so you can listen it on, and if you want to jump back in, you can. But I'll hold
Oh,
off so you can get
well,
moving.
what's the last talking point? Well, you know what?
You
Yeah.
sure, man? You have 24 minutes here.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it. Okay.
All right. So the last point, and I see Kara Agostino just joined us back in the chat here, KSA Fitness Toronto. She's gonna love this. There's a saying: the workout is not a punishment for something you ate; it's a celebration of what your body can do. Right? I love that saying. I use that a lot because I want people to kind of get back to a place of celebrating what their body can do instead of thinking, "Oh, I ate chocolate cake, so I need to work out hard today." That's fine. That's the piece. But then the thing that came out yesterday was movement is not just a celebration of ourselves, but it is an act of kindness towards ourselves. So that's a piece I want to spend some time with. I get the celebration of what my body can do piece. I don't often think of it as an act of kindness towards myself.
Yeah. By the way, hey Carrie, thank you for supporting. She bought a shirt not too long ago.
Did she, Kara? Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Kara. Good to see you again. Yes. You know what? Working out is most definitely an act of kindness. If you have someone like Martin who's training you, let him kick your you know what every single time, because when you get broken down physically and mentally and you come back, you that's where
Stronger.
your growth is. You
Yeah.
got it's you know what, you can't always do
Hey.
it by yourself.
Yeah. Kara,
Hey,
if you want to,
right.
Kara, if you want to join us on the screen and give some love to Stephanie C for
Yeah.
Greatness for a second, you can.
Love it.
I know this is a busy admin time for you too, so no pressure. But give me a thumbs up if you're good. But yes, so that's exactly it, man. Like, and Amanda's point too. It's an act of self care, love, discipline. Yeah, it's all those things. But like the point I'm getting to is that for me, I looked at it as a celebration piece. I never really considered the act of kindness piece. Honor yourself, as Lisa's saying there. Yes.
Yeah. And then we got Pilates Carrie. Man, you got the whole crew here. Oh my
Okay.
God.
Next
Hey,
time.
Carrie,
Yes.
yeah, how you guys doing? Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, I can't help it, man. Yeah, you know what? This is real stuff. So I hope whoever's listening, I mean, all the Pilates instructors, you guys know this. But if you're not, Pilates instructor and you're just a person trying to find your fitness and your reasons, um, for me, working out and getting it is so fundamental now because that's the foundation. Being in line with my body and my
Yes.
mind, um, those two things help stabilize me just because there's so much that's coming at me every day. Like Martin,
Yes.
you're getting a lot of objections, you're getting a lot of questions. Okay. I
Mm-hmm.
I go through that too with certain things, and it's not easy mentally. You
Yep.
gotta have some tools you're bringing to life. Working out is one of the best ways. Getting your butt kicked prepares you for your day.
Yep.
It's awesome,
Resilience.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. And the kindness too, right? Like in the kindness piece of a restorative movement, moving anyways, a discipline of just staying with it. And whether it's like just a crushing like pool of sweat workout or if it's just like, a movement pattern and just joint mobility and stuff like that, like it all counts.
Yeah.
One,
Yeah. Yeah.
it all counts. And two,
Hmm.
that's that act of kindness. Like that's celebrating what your body can do, but that's also being kind to your body, which allows you to be kind to others, which has a kind of a ripple effect throughout the world, right? And that's the kind of thing that we're getting at. I'm reading Carrie's comment here. Exercise is like maintenance on your car. You will run your best if If listen, work, and love yourself. Yeah, if you listen to work and love yourself. Yeah. I'm down for any car comments. You know that, Gary. So absolutely.
Yeah, you know what? I gotta agree with you too. Like, it doesn't always have to be like an all-out, session where you're just going balls to the wall. Um, I've had some great workouts where I've just walked and stretched and say, you know what? I'm just gonna, do some different movements and
Yep.
really let the mind and body rest. And
Yes.
those were actually just as
Mm.
effective as any, really, stressful workout or whatever, or tough
Yes.
workout. So yeah,
Yep.
goes both ways.
Kara, yeah, Kara's comment is it's an act of kindness to ourselves. Taking time out of our day for movement is a way of showing that we prioritize ourselves. It's for us and no one else. Yeah. I was cringing a little bit yesterday as I was talking with someone who was coming out of their Cairo session as a wife, and the husband, works out all the time, and he was like, "Oh, there's Martin. You need to be doing Pilates. You need to work out with him. He does Pilates. Go talk to him. Get his number. Get his address. Make sure that you need to." And it's almost like the husband was like, "Here you go. You need to do this. You need to do this. You need to do this. You need to do this." And I was like,
Mm, yeah,
ah. Like, I mean, it wasn't like thanks for the referral. It's just like, no. This person isn't honoring themselves. Like it's becoming a lecture. It's becoming a mandate. It's becoming something that they're obligated to do. That's not inviting.
yeah,
I'm guaranteed I will never hear from her. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. You
And it's nothing to do with me.
right? Yeah,
Like, I'm a good Pilates instructor. I know I will never hear from her because that is not kindness. She's not moving from a place of kindness and moving from a place of obligation.
that's right. You nailed it, man.
I
You
was
want,
just like,
yeah.
like,
You get
yeah,
more bees with honey, right?
dude, man,
See, but see that we could go on another tangent on that one. I get it. As the guy, we're wired like, oh, all right, there's the answer. Go get it. But
mm-hmm.
that's not how people work. That's not how women work. Women, I get it, but we gotta let that go because if you want to influence someone, you gotta
Yeah,
connect with them. And some people
right.
don't hear that voice.
Right, exactly. I get it from both sides, right? Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
oh,
I have
yeah,
my female clients who want their husbands to come in and they're like, I told John to call you. Has he messaged you yet? Okay, I'm going to tell him to message you right now because he needs to.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm never going to see for John, man. He's not coming in ever. Like, I'll tell you that now. Like, that's not the
yeah,
way. That's not kindness. Like, we're talking about just like kindness and celebration. Like, when they own that and they want to be kind to their body, they'll find me.
yeah.
When it's an obligation, when someone's like, you need to, it's not going to happen, man.
No,
Not gonna
no,
happen.
brother. Hey,
Dude.
man, this has been awesome. I stayed another 20 extra minutes because you're the man,
I appreciate it, man.
and I
Yes,
love
I
it. It's worth
appreciate it.
it. It was totally worth it.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
All
bro.
right, sir.
All
All
right. Have an awesome
right.
day.
Thank you. Thank you. You.
Welcome.
It's positive energy, no doubt. Definitely positive. That, yeah, honestly, like, I don't want to name names, but like when I saw that guy do that to his wife, I was like, and I see women do that to their husbands. Like, I have actually a woman doing that to her son right now. So this is not a gender spouse husband wife thing. It's just that if we're talking about it being an act of kindness to ourselves, how do we get people to a place where they want to honor themselves, they want to prioritize themselves, and let that be our language to get people into our spaces as opposed to the guilt trip. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Wow. Yes, those were my talking points today. Developing your authentic self, celebrating of who you are, and success leaves crumbs. We nailed it in 45 minutes. Lisa, you've been saying some great things. I haven't seen you in a while. If you want to join us, or does anyone else want to join us on the screen? Just give me a thumbs up and jump on. I'd love to hear your thoughts on anything that we've been talking about through this time. Okay, another time. It's time to actually have you on again. Let's do a full chat. Um, that is all good. Thank you, everybody. As always, there's such good chat, such life-giving chat. So thank you, everybody, for joining us today. And I believe that I don't have any guests tomorrow, and I might actually. Oh, you're working out. I thought you said you're working in a hammock. You're working out on a hammock. I gotta do that sometime. We have, like I was saying, Movati has some stuff there. I'm gonna do it. If you are loving this chat, please check out Monday's conversation. This is almost like volume 2 from Monday's chat. I'm gonna actually blend the two. Okay, Piercy and Seeds for Greatness. Let's make that a podcast. Let's take those two. We got it. All right. So that's going to roll out. Thank you guys for joining us today. I'll let you know what's happening tomorrow with our core conversations. Getting close to the election time, so I'm taking some time to just dial into that as well. Everything we're talking about today has a practical application for all of our lives. Be great, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and we are out.